Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Lisa Darby City. It is the 31st of October 2023. Add that number and it makes 11. And the number 11 is about listen to your sixth sense or your gut instinct. Any ideas that you receive, or even like messages that you get from other people, or what you hear on the radio, or what you read, take that as confirmation that's giving you a bit of guidance towards whatever your specific question is. So it's about trusting your instincts. And we know Halloween is about Hallow Eve's night, where, depending on your belief system, that the veil between the living and the dead is thin, and that you can expect more paranormal activities. And I know maybe those that have parents, especially parents of children or grandchildren, where there be lots of trick or treat. So what we're going to do is, this will be the trick, and this is the treat. So you decide if you want to have a trick or a treat. Okay. So the trick question is, what should you do with regards to a specific circumstances? So what's the trick? And in a positive way, the trick is, how can you overcome this? So this is the trick. So we're going to just pick 3 cards, and the cards 1, 2, 3 represent the past, the present, and your potential future outcome. So the trick, what should you do next with regards to a situation? Okay, so we pick out 1. So the first card, 2 of Swords, and that's about the past. And how apt is this? Because I kept saying to you to trust your instincts. Some people may get like clarity. Some people may feel it in the pit of the stomach, like a butterfly sensation. Because we've got a lady here, 2 of Swords, and a black cat. And again, how apt is that? We've got the full moon. And we just had a lunar eclipse, haven't we, as well? And sometimes during certain phases of the moon, our senses are more heightened, and some of us may get some type of spiritual download or confirmation. What this is saying, definitely to start trusting your instincts. And this is represented by the black cat. The black cat usually is symbolic to be lucky. And this is also about your subconsciousness. So definitely in the past, it's saying that you're now learning to trust your instincts. And you've been doing a lot of thinking about what to do next with regards to a situation. And you've been making changes, and those changes have been pretty scary and even frightening for some of you. And this could represent either a change in your career status, or simply upgrading. So some of you may have had some type of a promotion, or you're focusing on your projects, be it for business or pleasure. And it's about learning your particular skill set. That's what you've been focusing on now. And now for some of you, it's about that independence to go out on your own. But this is to say to trust your instincts. Okay, so that's about the path for the trick. So let's see what card 2 is saying about what's happening in the here and now. And it's actually giving us 2 cards. So they actually were like that, but I'm going to turn them the other way around. So we've got the 3 of Pentacles and the 2 of Wands, but they were upside down. So this is linking in from the past, that for those of you that may be seeking out a new adventure, and this relies on a new skill set that you're still developing as we speak, but it's been upside down. So that's saying that it's still not plain sailing. and that what you want to achieve, it is achievable. And it's kind of like coming to the final stages. And it's kind of like saying in the next, say, 2 to 3 years, you will be more established. So you just have the foundation start of whatever you are trying to achieve, and not to give up, because times are hard for everybody from a global perspective. So yes, you may generate an income, but it's not going to be consistent. So you may still have to have your regular mundane 9 to 5 job. And also not to compare yourself to other people, but maybe to look at people that are doing what you want to do or aspire to do, and see how they do it, and see what you can learn from your peers that are doing exactly what you want to do. Because yes, you can achieve it, but there will be delays out of your control. So there's nothing you can do about external influences. And that you may be experiencing difficulty at this particular moment in time to try to have that income. So yes, you have an income, but it's just not consistent. And that's normal when you're self-employed. Or there may be a break between your working life as well, because you may be doing some type of studies, or like we said, contemplating developing your project or businesses. So you are at the foundation process. But think on a positive, because we've got 3 years, okay? But think about it, this year is going to be over. So technically 2 years. So say from 2025 to 2026, you will achieve what you're aiming for, okay? So it's kind of like not to give up, okay? And then I'm going to pick one more card, and this is about the future. The 5 of Cups. So in the future, and we're saying that it's been a bit of a struggle to get to where you want to get to. And yes, there will be some form of losses as well. And it feels a bit like a grieving, because you'll be grieving for your old life that we're currently living at this present moment. And sometimes you have to go through that loss. It's like the rug being pulled from beneath your feet. But that these losses will make you more determined not to give up. And this is about more about our emotions. It could be about our ego as well. That things didn't go the way that we anticipated. So our ego's taken a bit of a knock. But don't give up, because 5 is about change and transformation. And you may have one idea of how your project or business or studies may go. But again, remember we said due to external influences, you may be kind of like redirected to another course, to another path. Okay, so what may be deemed as a negative may actually be another hidden blessing in disguise, because it's about transformation, about change, and taking that risk into the unknown. So overall summary is, because this is about the trick about what to do next with regards to your business venture or even to do with your studies. The trick is, when things don't go the way that you planned, how you respond will affect the kind of like the outcome. So it's about learning to be adaptable and flexible, because we all know what we want, and we want it X, Y, Z. But because of external influences beyond our control, it's not going to be plain sailing. But not to give up. And sometimes you will be redirected. Okay? So loss is not always a negative, because loss could be to do with how you think. So it's kind of like to be more progressive in your thinking. And there's no harm in asking for help as well. Loss can also mean the ending of some very significant relationships. Sometimes that could be through death, or just simply the ending of relationships, just simply outgrowing your friends or your family. Well, that's part of the process, and that's the trick. The trick is like to learn to go with the ebbs and flow of life. Okay. Now then, let's see what the treat is. So the treat question is, what can I look forward to? And again, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 1 about the past, 2 about the present moment, and 3 about the future. So what is there to look forward to if you pick the treat? So the white witch is be the light. So again, it kind of like resonates with the tarot. The trick is what to do next, because we're saying what to look forward to. And in the past, it's saying that you're learning to trust your instincts as well. And look, this is represented by the owl. And the owl is a very pretty, wise bird. That's what it's associated with, isn't it? About inner wisdom, and how the owl can literally turn its head around 360 degrees. And it's kind of like people will say to you that it's like you've got eyes in the back of your head, or that you have an uncanny sixth sense. And what you're learning to do is to rely on that sixth sense or your intuition. And it's applicable in everyday life. So continue to trust that inner wisdom. And it could be to do with the age that you are. And also, it's a blessing that you're still here. It's a blessing that we can all get up the next day. True age is a number, but also is how you think as well. So definitely continue from your past lessons, because we usually say, like, the past is the past, leave it in the past. But what this card is saying, that your past life experiences has got you to where you are today in this present moment. And that is the treat, because the treat is, despite all your trials and tribulations, you are still here. So let's see what we're doing today. What is the treat? Sky Father, trust in the unknown. So it's still like a continuation, isn't it, about to trust your instincts. And the Sky Father, it's about the unknown, the supernatural, whatever your faith is. It's kind of like praying to a higher good. Some people call it God, Goddess, Gaia, Yahweh, Allah, whatever your faith is, or your ideology, your philosophy. It's kind of like you've been doing lots of affirmations, which is, I can do this, I can do this. And it's having that inner belief. And also to believe in something that is non-human. And that could be your ancestors, your guardian angels. Because that is basically trusting in the unknown. It's about having faith. Because it's that inner knowing that things are going to be all right. And to continue to have that faith, even when things don't make rational, logical sense. It's to trust your gut instinct, to have that faith. And your prayers are being answered. And it's kind of like that old saying that our prayers of our grandmothers are still protecting us today in the here and now. Then the last card for the treat, what to look forward to. So this is the potential. Stag, trust and thrive. And how apt is that? So that theme about trusting your instincts. Continue to trust in your instincts as well. Definitely to have the trust in the unknown as well. To be majestic and sovereign in your belief system. Because people will always challenge your belief system. But as long as you know what you are doing, don't let other people sway you. Because if you are influenced by other people, then that means that you never really believed in whatever your ideology is. So have faith that things will always work out for your highest good. And that's the treat, that your instincts will never let you down. Okay, I'm going to end it there. Disclaimer, this is purely for entertainment value, so it may not resonate with all of you. Thank you for your ongoing, continuous support with Lisa Derby City. Thank you and happy Halloween.